everyone, Dini here. Welcome back to my channel. First of all, I do want to apologize for not uploading a video last week. I was hoping to get this out by Sunday, but I just had a busy week last week and I also wasn't feeling too well on Sunday. I'm actually still recovering today, but I'm feeling a lot better now, so I'm definitely well enough today to record a voiceover and finish this video. So here it is, and I hope you guys will enjoy this video. I might actually upload another video this week, but no promises there. But there will definitely be a video next week, and it most definitely will be a tiny home build of some sort now that the Tiny Living stuff pack is out. So who else has been binging a bunch of Tiny Living videos? Because I certainly have been. I've seriously been having so much fun watching all the Game Changers videos on the pack. It's really cool to see everyone's take on a tiny home, since everyone has a different build style. So even though they're using the same items from the pack, the end results are all quite different from each other. And I find that to be really interesting, and I think that also shows the versatility of the items in the pack, because at first glance it may seem like the items are too specific of a style, like they're very obviously mid-century modern type of furnitures. But when you see these builders using them in different styles of houses and kind of dressing them up using other items from other packs that aren't so mid-century modern style, you're actually able to see that you can use these items in many different types of houses, and that you don't have to use them exclusively for mid-century modern builds. So it's definitely very cool to see people using the items for different types of builds. I think the Sims team have been very good to us in terms of giving us neutral swatches of items so that we can use those more neutral and black and white swatches in many different types of builds. So yeah, I'm definitely super excited to start using the Tiny Living pack. I have a lot of ideas for tiny houses. I actually just watched all of the episodes of a show on Netflix called Tiny House Nation. So I got quite a few ideas from that show that I hope to kind of include into my builds in The Sims. I mean, obviously, a lot of the things that you can do in real life when it comes to space-saving furnitures and stuff, you unfortunately cannot do in The Sims because of the limitations in the game. So things like a washer and dryer combo neatly tucked under the bathroom sink, or a loft space that's accessible from a ladder, or my favorite, which is a pull-out storage space underneath the stairs leading up to a loft space or of some sort. You know, these things you just can't do in The Sims, unfortunately. But there's still a lot of cool things that you can do, and I think the items that do come in the Tiny Living pack are pretty cool, and they're most definitely my style. I absolutely love mid-century modern style of furnitures and architecture, but actually, funny enough, my favorite item from the pack is actually more of a boho style of furniture, I think. And I'm talking about the square poof that everyone thought your Sims would be able to sit on. But as it turns out, it functions more as a table or a decor item. So that's a little disappointing, because I was really hoping your Sims could sit on it, just like how you could sit on poofs in real life. But oh well, it's still a beautiful item, and I'm probably gonna put that in like every build from now on. That's just how much I love that item. It is so adorable. But anyway, I feel like this video has become more of a Tiny Living stuff pack review at this point, and that is definitely not what this video is actually about. So how about we start talking about the build, shall we? So as you can see from the title, I am calling this house an Eclectic Tudor house, but to be perfectly honest, I don't think I really nailed the eclectic part. I originally intended for the furnishings to be a little bit more wild and colorful and just more out there in general, but somewhere along the way I kind of went down a different route, and it ended up being not so colorful, which I don't think it's a bad thing, but oh well. I didn't really want to change the name of the build because I like the way it sounds, but I do think it's not super eclectic, but it certainly is a Tudor house, at least on the exterior. I think it does look like a Tudor house from the outside, at least. And surprisingly, I actually really like this house. Like I've mentioned in my previous videos, I've really only built modern houses before, so this is definitely way out of my comfort zone, and this style of house is just not my favorite style in real life, so it was quite a challenge at first, but I did end up really liking the house, and I'm gonna surprise myself saying this, but I honestly would live in this house if it were to exist in real life. Like, that's just how much I actually like it. I think my tastes have definitely quite shifted in the past weeks, that I've been building stuff that are more out of my comfort zone. I feel like I've really come to appreciate other styles of architecture, and while I still really love modern houses. I feel like now my taste is leaning more towards a combination of rustic and industrial. I mean, I've always loved those styles too, but the rustic farmhouse style is definitely one that I feel like I just keep loving more and more nowadays. So thank you, Sims, for opening up my eyes to other styles of architecture and decor. Ooh, I hope you guys can't hear that. That's really loud. But anyway, but anyway, going back to this house, I had so much fun building this. It took me hours to just come up with the floor plan, but I really like what I've come up with. It's obviously not an open plan, but I think it suits the type of house, since I do imagine this to be more of an older house. It's overall not a very big house. It only has one bedroom upstairs, and also one full bathroom upstairs, and with a half bathroom downstairs. So yeah, not a large house, but the kitchen actually is quite big. I wanted to make sure that it has a large kitchen because one of the Sims that live here, Mark Heron, as you might have seen in the character intro section of the montage, he is a chef. So of course, when he was house hunting, I imagine that he put a large kitchen as like the top must-have in a house. So yeah, nice large kitchen, and the living area is the same size as well. There's also a little deck area in the back for barbecuing and stuff. It's definitely a cozy house for 2 people, and I absolutely adore the 2 Sims that I made to live here. I've mentioned Mark for a little bit just now, but again, as you may have seen in the montage section, if you didn't skip it, Mark is living here with his boyfriend, his high school sweetheart, Louis. I am just so in love with Louis. I actually think he's my absolute favorite Sim that I've made ever. And that's honestly kind of surprising, because you would think my favorite Sim would be a girl, since I make a lot more girl Sims than I do guy Sims. But yeah, I can currently say with confidence that Louis is my favorite Sim that I've ever made, so far at least. I mean, who knows, I might make my next favorite Sim next week, but as of right now, Louis is my favorite. Appearance wise, obviously I think he's really cute, but personality wise, he is just so cute and so funny. So his traits are lazy, cheerful, and loner, which makes quite the interesting combo. He's super upbeat all the time. He's that guy that always brightens up the atmosphere and just exudes that really, really positive aura. Like his cheerfulness, his smile is contagious. But he's a bit of a loner, so while I do imagine him enjoying hanging out with his friends, I imagine him to be more of an introvert. So yes, he likes spending time with others, but it takes him a long time to recharge. Really, the only person that he doesn't mind spending a lot of his time with is obviously Mark. That's why they're dating. But yeah, he definitely jokes around Mark a lot. He makes him laugh all the time. They're just such an adorable couple, and I love that for them, honestly. I so badly want to play these guys in like a Let's Play or something, but that's something that I'll have to hope for the future. But anyway, going back to talking about Louis, he's also a very lazy guy, which really irks Mark because he's a perfectionist. So they're opposites in a lot of ways. Mark is also a very active guy. He likes to spend a lot of time outside. He likes to go fishing, but Louis is more of a homebody. He likes spending time at home, writing songs and stuff. And again, he's a pretty lazy dude, so he's just way too lazy to go outside. But sometimes he will go along with Mark to one of his fishing trips or something. I mean, they do live in a rather secluded area, and there's actually a fishing spot very close to their house, so they don't actually have to go that far to fish, which works wonderfully for Louis. But of course, a lot of the times Mark wants to go to a fishing spot that's like outside of town, and that's when Louis is like, nah, I'm gonna stay home. But as I also mentioned in the character intro, Mark and Louis actually met in the soccer team in high school. So while Louis isn't super active, he did play soccer growing up. I mean, I imagine his parents kind of forced him to, but he ended up liking it, and he continued to play in his high school soccer team, and that's where he met Mark. So soccer is probably like the one thing that Louis will get his lazy butt up for, other than music, of course, because yes, Mark is a singer and songwriter. Aside from soccer, he also took guitar and singing lessons growing up. He's always loved music, and he participated in a lot of talent shows, and that's kind of how his talent got noticed. And now both him and Mark are pretty successful and are living in this beautiful house in the beautiful town of Windenburg, and they're gonna live here hopefully for the rest of their life. But yeah, I am definitely way too attached to these Sims and this house that I've built for them. And with that being said, we are nearing the end of this speed build section. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and this build and these Sims that I'm very much attached to. So if you do, please leave a like and a comment, and I hope to see you guys in my next video, which hopefully will be later this week, if not next week. So see you guys later this week or next week. Have a wonderful day and have a wonderful rest of the week as well. See you soon.